So it's Sunday morning. Obviously can't sleep in because I never can. Right now I'm eating jam on toast. Got my cup of coffee, watching Great British Baking Show. Gonna get ready to go for a little run soon and then go to the farmer's market. And then I had to get some stuff because I wanted to bake some cookies and stuff for my friends that are coming over later. So we're like halfway through our run. Probably look like garbage, but you know what, whatever. It happens. Let's keep on running. Decided to go with pants today, thinking it was a lot colder than it was. Nope. Found this cute little coffee shop. Had to run to the grocery store to get chocolate chips because I needed them to make cookies for my friends later. Now I'm gonna go home, do some meal prepping, shower, finish cleaning and organizing, and then one of my friends is coming over to help me film a video. Sauteing some vegetables and onions. I had a broiled sandwich that I was making. So this is a sandwich that I made. This is a soup. I just put this in the oven with broil and literally just put some butter and cheese on it. So right now we're making chili. I took tomato paste, red wine, a little bit of water, crushed tomatoes, carrots, onion in the pan. Meow. So now I'm gonna add my beans to this. We're gonna add in some chicken stock, and then we should be good on that. And I'm just gonna let that simmer for like another hour or two. Currently listen to Madeline Petch on YouTube. What I eat in a day. Gonna make one of those this week too. Cheers, mate. And then we just got to do a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. Crap, I just added in a bunch more salt than I wanted to, but whatevs. I'm like trying to go as vegan as I can this week, but you know, sometimes you just got to use what's in your pantry, and that's on being economical and being resourceful. Can't wait to see this when that's done. So now we added some beans in here, a little bit more red wine, chicken stock. Yeah, I know I'm doing...
Okay, we're here live on Olivia's baking show, aka Great Britain's Bake-off. So we're gonna make chocolate chip cookies today. Are you ready, Olivia? Are you ready for this journey?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Are you set?
Yes.
Okay, bakers, you have 1 hour to make chocolate chip cookies. Go!
You can take off. And then you have to give like some.
It's crunch time, 56 minutes left, and she's getting things started. She's getting things going. I don't see sweat on the brow yet, but we'll see, we'll see.
And wear a damn mask.
You said what, Olivia, for the fan?
You need to wash your hands and wear a mask because life does not revolve around you. Egg, sugar, butter. Then we got to add in the brown sugar. I'm going to add in the brown sugar after. And then we're going to add in our flour or some baking soda, baking powder, and then most importantly the chocolate chips. You have.
Wait, you learned a tip from who?
Christina Tulsi, who is in charge of Milk Bar, and she said that you have to like whip. I don't know if whip. You have to mix this stuff more than like you normally would. I don't know what it does, but I just listen to what she says.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do. Like listening to Christina Tulsi is like listening to Ina Garden. You just do what they tell you to. Beautiful this is. How this is whipped right here. This is whipped unlike a lot of other men in this world. This is what
That's
you're aiming
a good
for.
one.
You're aiming to get whipped in a good way.
So question for the audience. How long have you been doing this? How long has baking been your thing?
You know, baking is in my blood. I grew up in the kitchen. From a young age, my parents taught me how to cook. My grandma, she taught me a lot. My ski coach's wife, Mama House, taught me a lot. But you know, I come from a family that likes to bake, and someone's got to be able to bake at family functions moving forward. So. Listen, I try to be the type of person that if someone says, Olivia, can you make me this? Sure, no problem. Let's take on a new challenge.
So Olivia in her free time loves to bake. As we know, she definitely bakes a lot for her church friends, her TV team, her co-workers, couple activists. She's a baker, and when she's not baking, she's cleaning. So how's it going over here in Whipland?
Good. I think now I don't know if this is what things are supposed to look like, but this to me is whipped enough. Listen, it's whipped enough that now we're gonna add some kosher salt. We're gonna add in our flour. We're gonna add in our brown sugar, our baking powder and baking soda. Let that mix in a little bit, and then these babies should be no, we're not going to put them in the oven right away. What we're going to do is we're going to let them sit in the freezer, and then we're going to finish cooking them in the oven. I would have a spatula. We don't ask me why. I don't know the answer to these questions, but you just want to make sure that you scrape the sides of the bowl. We're gonna mix this in a little bit more. And then what we're gonna do with the flour is please don't put all the flour in at one time. It's no bueno. This is a third a cup. Usually for this recipe I would do like 3 cups of flour, but we're not making as many cookies, so I'm gonna settle with like 2 1/3. I think that should give us enough flour to make this recipe. Normally 2, I put 3 sticks of butter in this. We only have 1, so we're gonna see how they turn out, but we'll hear from some of the judges later.
AKA me.
You also too, like, when you're looking for the texture of a cookie, you kind of know like what texture you need. So if you can't like form it into a ball with stuff getting everywhere, then especially for chocolate chip cookies, then that's how you need that flour. We're also too looking to make like more denser cookies, so with that you definitely do need more flour. Most people would use what's called a cake flour. I don't have that. So, yeah. I always recommend to like test your batter. If the batter tastes good, if the dough's good, the cookies will be good. If batter doesn't taste good, you need to figure out what it is that you're doing before you put things into the oven.
So we have Liv. She's going crazy right now. We have about 56 minutes left on the clock. She had a couple hiccups, but we're definitely thinking we're gonna make it in enough time. Stay tuned to see how this turns out. And she broke something with 57 minutes left to go.
They'll have to add the chocolate chips, but this is the type of texture that we're looking for in these chocolate chip cookies, or that I'm looking for. George, would you like to try these in the dough?
I sure would. Thank you.
So, normal people, listen, to be honest, I don't really measure things that much when I bake because, when you've been doing it for so long, you can just kind of eye it. But for you guys, I'm going to measure it. So we're going to do a tablespoon of baking soda, and we're going to do a tablespoon of baking powder. And if you're wondering, Olivia, what does this do? Well, it's going to help the cookies spread, and it's going to help the cookies rise. Some people grow up and they put this in their fridge. We've just always kept ours in the pantry, but this is like my little baking station because I bake so much that I take over the apartment. So now what we're gonna do, we gotta add in the salt. We gotta do the other one. So this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on right before they're done, because it's coarse, so it's gonna give the salty and sweetness to the cookies. We do this salt right now because it's not as coarse, so it'll give the cookies like just a little bit of saltiness that they need. But we're gonna save this stuff for later. Now another important thing to do. We made an oopsie and accidentally cut up these chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chips.
How do you think this will slow you down in the process? You have 32 minutes left.
It won't.
Okay. We love the confidence.
We still have to chill the cookies, so, as Bob Ross likes to say, from happy mistakes to happy accidents.
And what is that you have, Olivia?
It's a secret ingredient. They're 60% dark chocolate chips that we're going to add in a little bit of these guys.
And what does that do? Does that give a distinct flavor in between the milk chocolate ones and the dark chocolate?
It makes it a little bit more bitter. But also what I've learned from Cookie TikTok is that what you can do is if you have regular chocolate chips left over, great. If not, before these are almost done, you're gonna put these on the top, and then you're gonna sprinkle a little salted sea salt on them.
There you have it, folks. Olivia, it looks like you did it. It looks like you got someone to really love it. Really love these cookies.
So good. Wow.
Oh. And this has been Olivia's Bake-off, aka the Great Britain Bake-off, aka we do it, we did it, and we bake it. Love you guys. See you. Tune in next week for Pound Cake.